Hello beautiful people, I'm Raish Phoenix, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing Lybre lashes with you guys. So I'm going to be trying on all 6 styles as well as showing you guys the PR box. So if you guys don't know, Lybre Lashes is founded by I Love Saraí. I'm kind of having a full circle moment because it's crazy to think that I have been watching I Love Saraí for years and now she has her own lash brand and I am literally holding the PR box for her first launch. It's like watching somebody, they start their brand, and I was able to receive this during their giveaway. So they had a giveaway on their page. I would say maybe keep an eye out because I'm not sure if they'll have another one, but I'm just so grateful to be a part of this. I was one of the 30 winners who were selected during their giveaway, and I'm just so grateful to be holding this in my hand right now and to be able to share it with you guys. Starting off with the PR box, on the front you see a picture of I Love Saraí as well as the name of the brand, Lybre Lashes. Along the binding on the side it says Lybre Lashes, and I do want to take a moment to just discuss the fact that when you look at it, it's just perfectly aligned. The fact that the L goes from here and then you see the binding of it going down, and the E, it's just, there's something just so satisfying about that, and just seeing how it goes down the side of the packaging. As well as on the back you see Lybre Lashes. I will say that I've only gotten a handful of PR boxes from brands, but this, I'm going to keep this forever because this is literally like a book. And just the way that the font, the font itself on top of just graphic design go crazy. I don't know how else to say it because this is just so beautifully put together, and just the material that this is made out of. I'm not sure how many people, other than the giveaway, I'm not sure how many other people she has gifted this PR box to, but I know that, you know, taking into consideration that this is a new brand, and on top of it being a new brand, this is her initial launch, I am highly impressed with the quality of this packaging of the PR box. This is a very sturdy material that I'm holding, and I know that this is something I want to hold on to because it's just the material of it, the funding. I'm not sure how long or how many trial and error she had to go through with just the packaging to get it to this point, but this is just beautiful. This is something you put on display in your home, and I'm just so grateful to be holding this in my hands, and I just want to give her kudos for that. On the inside of the PR box you see the 4 models. Pretty sure this is her. But on the inside you see the 4 models here, and even just the way that they're set up on this page, just the flow of the eyebrows. I don't know about y'all, but I'm an artist, so as an artist I'm aware of eye path and just following certain lines, and then the way that the eyebrows are lined up, there's something that's so satisfying about it that kind of just leads you to the placement of where the lashes are in this PR box. And then you see the packaging for all 6 styles, and just make note of the fact that all these are full lashes except for the 6th one here at the bottom. The 6th design is only end lashes. Again, just focusing on the fact that it says Lybre Lashes down the middle right here of the interior of the binding. Inside there is a card that says Lybre Lashes established in 2021, and the card reads, "I can't believe the day is finally here. Introducing Lybre, my new faux mink cruelty-free lash brand. This first collection is all about essentials, launching 6 styles ranging in style with a natural, not so perfect wispy end. This collection is meant for you to feel liberated in your uniqueness. Feel free to wear them however you want, whenever you want. I hope you love them as much as I do. XOXO Karen." And then you see Lybre Lashes, the tag for their handle, as well as, again, the font Lybre Lashes established in 2021. Going over the design of the packaging, you can see that it's very minimalist. You have a solid cardboard packaging. You have Lybre Lashes written around the entire perimeter. And on the back it says cruelty-free faux mink lashes, 1 pair, distributed by Lybre Lashes, and it shows their information of where they are, and once again their handle online. When you open up the package, you can see as well how Lybre Lashes is written, once again following that same line, and then we have what would you call this? Like a fabric situation? I'm gonna call it a fabric situation. I guess a fabric tab to help you with removing the lash from the carton. Again, I'm impressed with the packaging. It's the font itself, it's the placement of the font, and it's also just the design of the overall packaging and the quality of it. This is her initial launch, and I'm just impressed with the quality of everything. And again, she's a Virgo, so don't play with it, don't play with it. Come on, baby, don't play with it. Like, I know, like, I'm pretty sure she's very particular about things and just how she wants it to be presented, and I can definitely see that she took a lot of consideration into the imagery, the way it's presented, and I am really impressed with this being the initial launch and how it looks. Now to do a try-on for each style lash. Starting off with lash number 1. So if you guys see me looking down, it's because I took notes. For lash 1, I noticed that the band was super thin. Because of how thin the lash band is for lash number 1, I don't really think it's beginner friendly because I struggled. I struggled with getting that lash on, and you can see how it's hovering above my lash line for that reason. It was just really difficult to get that lash to just stay in place. And I will say that is the only lash that has a thin lash band. And I do feel like it was a very conscious decision in terms of the fact that that lash is very wispy. It is a beautiful style. For the style itself, it's beautiful. In fact, I wanted to wear those lashes today, but again, it had me tripping up. For each lash that I tried on in this video, I will say that I didn't cut any of them. The only thing I cut was like these little tabs at the end, if that style did have tabs, but I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys the full lash, untouched in terms of any particular part of the lash being removed. So the only thing is little tabs on the end, but I'm showing you the full lash on my eye and what it looks like. That was the only downside to lash number 1. On the plus side, because it's such a thin lash band, I do feel like you won't really have to worry about putting on liner to blend it in with your lashes. So I feel like if you get that, maybe you might need a tight line, but I feel like if you are a pro at lashes, lash number 1 isn't, it ain't no problem. It ain't nothing to you. But for me, I will say that because I'm still getting used to getting my lashes on right, and it's like a trial and error, it's a hit or miss for me, lash number 1 was really tricky. Beautiful style, but the lash band made it super tricky. Moving on to lash number 2, that was when I had a sigh of relief because I was like, thank God not all the lashes have a thin lash band. That lash band and all the other ones are normal, in my opinion, a normal size lash band. As I said, I didn't cut any of these lashes, so if the lash does look a little bit droopy, it's because of how I put it on as opposed to the lash itself. I did my best with putting these lashes on. Some of them were testing me, lash number 1 in particular, but if it does look a little droopy on the end, just know that that's more so my placement as opposed to the lash itself. In comparison to lash number 1, I will say that lash number 2 had more of the lash weight, like more lashes clumped together, so to speak, clumped together or packed together on the end, so it's really going to lift up the end of the eye and really extend that area. Moving on to lash number 3, this was a lash that I noticed had extra tabs on the side, so I just cut those off on the end, as well as I do this thing where I kind of go like this to help it form more to the eye. So once it's initially coming out of the package, I make sure that I wiggle it back and forth to make sure that it helps to fit more to the curve of my eye before applying it. With lash number 3, I noticed that it was a little less full than the earliest lashes, and there was more of a gradual, even spacing of the lashes across the lash band. Moving on to lash number 4. With lash number 4, I noticed that there were longer lashes in the beginning of the lash band, so closer towards like your inner corner area, and you have more of a lift in the middle and the beginning of the eye shape because of where the longest lashes are on that particular lash band. Now for lash number 5, I'd say lash number 5 is the most natural out of all of the styles, but you do get a little bit of drama from the particular lash length of this one. The length of the lash is distributed evenly across across the entire lash band. Now, lash number 6. Lash number 6 is the end lashes, and actually the lashes that I'm wearing right now as well, which will give you a flare right at the end, right where you need it, just lifting up the outer portion of the eye and creating that wing. And you'll notice that from the beginning of the lash, as it extends outward, will gradually get longer in length. I really like that she included end lashes. I know that it's been more common for people to cut their lash in half and only just wear the outer portion. I just think including end lashes was a really great way for her to give people the option to have end lashes if they wanted to just buy that on its own, as opposed to potentially getting one of her styles, cutting it in half and putting it on the end. Of course, you could always do that, but I think it was really dope that she had this option in her initial launch. Now I'm going to categorize these lashes into what I think you should get depending on the particular style you're going for. If you're looking for something that has more drama and a glam feel to it, I recommend lash number 1 and 2. Now keep in mind that with lash 1, you do have a thin lash band. So if you're a beginner, I would say, you know, tread lightly. But then also, I think that because it's a thin lash band, you do have to be very careful with this particular lash. And my concern with that is how many uses you'll get out of it. But also, it is just a beautiful style, and I do think that if you want drama, you want glam, number 1 is going to be your girl. And when it comes to style number 2, it's going to give you more of a lift and flare on the outer portion of the eye. If you're looking for something on more the natural side, I would recommend lash number 3 and lash number 5. With lash number 3, there is less volume in lashes, so the lash length is shorter than 1 and 2 in comparison, and you're going to get more of an evenly distributed lash length across the entire band. For lash number 5, I would say that this is probably the most natural style out of all of the lashes, and again, it's going to give you an even distribution of length across the entire band. With lash number 4, I had to put it in its own category because I feel like it falls under natural with a dash of glam. Now, you aren't getting as much of a lift on the end, but I've noticed that with this particular lash, you're going to get more of the volume in the center and in the beginning portion of the eye closer towards the inner corner. And then with lash number 6, it's just going to give you a lift on the end. So if you're into end lashes and you just want a lift on the end, lash number 6 is going to be your girl. For my final thoughts on this brand, I really like these styles. Again, lash number 1 is one of those things where I love the style, like I love the lashes, but that lash band snatches me. It's difficult to put on, you know. But that's like pretty much the only critique I have for this. Being that this is a fairly minimalist approach, I'm kind of interested to see and intrigued to see how she progresses forward in terms of like holiday launches or for seasonal launches, if she'll maybe experiment with other colors, just because I'm a sucker for color. I love vibrant colors. Like, you see the color behind me, like I love color. But I am excited to see more from her brand. Again, I'm really impressed with the quality of this PR box, and I am grateful to be holding it, and I'm grateful to be able to bring it to you guys and just share all these styles with you. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Bless up, and until next time, sending out much peace, love, and enlightenment. Bye guys.